Good evening. My name is Trisha Callahan, and I am a student at the OU School of Social Work in Norman, Oklahoma. I am currently in the master's program and working towards my MSW in social work. This week's podcast is on diversity. As a social worker, continually learning about the client's background is extremely important. Just taking an interest alone does not make a person culturally humble. To be culturally humble, a social worker needs to be open to learning all the time. The client is the expert and in the driver's seat, not the social worker. There are many systemic factors that oppress populations, but if we are practicing cultural humility, we can mitigate these factors. Another important thing to discuss would be the topic of implicit bias. Whether we know it or not, we all have biases. Some we are aware of and some we are not. It is important to understand our biases and values to be good and competent social workers. These biases can cause us to harm our clients without even realizing it. We need to be educated on the language to use and the proper way to use it. We also need to understand that our client is in the driver's seat and we are not the experts. The National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics states, social workers should critically examine and keep current with the emerging knowledge relevant to social work. It is important to understand that our values, our personal values, will affect our professional judgment at times. Another thing that the Code of Ethics states is that social workers should obtain education about and seek to understand the nature of social diversity and oppression with respect to race, identity, ethnicity, national origin, color, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression, age, marital status, political belief, religion, immigration status, and mental or physical ability. Social workers must be respectful of their client's culture and be aware of the power imbalances in the client-clinician relationship. Another important topic to discuss in relation to diversity is privilege. I consider myself to be a part of the female, Caucasian, able-bodied, heterosexual group. Being a part of the Caucasian group gives me what is referred to as white privilege. That means that I am afforded certain things that other groups are not. Seeking knowledge and understanding about this privilege is very important and imperative to understanding diversity and oppression and the problems these minority groups face on a daily basis. A competent social worker must seek to understand the oppression that a population can face and work with their client to overcome the oppressions. Thank you for listening.